Hello students, I am Suraj Prasad. I am a BTech graduate from IIT Patna and I have been associated with askIITians for the past 4 years as a chemistry faculty. Now today, I will be teaching you the chapter of redox reactions, which is considered as a very important chapter as far as your physical chemistry is concerned with, say, quantitative analysis of the reactions. Now, in this topic, I'll be telling you first of all what do I mean by redox reaction as a reduction plus oxidation, redox. So, red plus ox, right? So, reduction plus oxidation. Then I'll be teaching you what is, different ways how do I define my reduction and oxidation. There are 3 ways basically. Okay, one is depending upon the number of electrons which is lost. One is number of oxygen atoms, gaining of oxygen atoms, and another is gaining of hydrogen atoms. So there are 3 basic ways how do I define reduction and oxidation. Then I will be telling you what are different oxidizers and reducers, means the substance which oxidize and reduce the another substance. Okay, and the substance who are reducing agent are themselves get oxidized. So they are known as oxidizers and reducers, which I'll be telling you many different examples one by one. Okay, then I'll be telling you the concept of oxidation number, which is very important concept in the numerical problems, because by finding the oxidation number only I can decide even the shape of molecule, plus I can decide what is my reduction half cell, what is my oxidation half cell, plus the whole spontaneous cell reaction I can well judge. Also, it will be helpful in calculating our concentration terms sometimes, okay, like in normality we do calculate equivalent weight, there is a concept. Then I will discuss it there. Then we'll come to know about the balancing of redox reaction. It is not like simple balancing of just the number of atoms. It is actually the balancing of number of atoms, hydrogen, oxygen, plus the charge balance also. So it includes 2 processes. Okay, first is your half cell method, okay, and the second is your oxidation number method. So these 2 methods we'll learn, okay, in which I will tell you that how do I balance any chemical redox reaction, and then I will be introducing the concept of, say, equivalent weight and the law of equivalence. By use of law of equivalence, you can easily find out the different concentration plus different number of moles of electron which is used to add or to oxidize or to reduce any compound, means which is helpful in a spontaneous chemical redox reaction. Then I will be teaching something about your redox titration. Redox titration I will be teaching, where I will be telling you how titration is done. What is actually titration? How do I find the concentration of any unknown sample with a titration standardizing of a substance which I know the concentration. So that is actually titration. So there are various types of titration, neutralization types, then iodometric, ideometric, the whole thing I will be discussing in that topic. And the last topic will be electrochemical cell and electrochemical series. So this is actually, the last part is actually the application of whatever we will study in this whole chapter, redox reaction, because redox reaction application is well observed in electrochemical cells, where at one half I am having the reduction half, at one half I will be having the oxidation half, and both will be combined in a single cell. Also, I will tell you about the electrochemical series, which is actually a whole table which represent you the basic reduction potentials of different elements. Means if I add electron to it, so what is the total energy which gets released? So that is your reduction potential. So for that, what is the potential difference required? So it's a full chart of various elements which will tell you that which element may displace the another element. So we'll be discussing one by one all of these. Okay, so let's start here with the introduction. Hello students, so we're going to start the chapter of redox reactions, and we'll start it with what topics we have to cover. So the first topic which we need to cover here is your introduction part, which I will tell you that what actually is meant by your redox reactions. Okay, it's actually a summation of reduction plus oxidation, which I will discuss that what are those processes. Then we will do Redox as reduction and oxidation. We'll see how reduction and oxidation process are combined in a single chemical reaction and we get the output. And there are various applications of redox reactions. Then we will see oxidizers and reducers. What are they? Which are the substances which we say that they oxidize or they reduce something. Then the concept of oxidation number. Oxidation number concept is very, very important concept, okay, because this helps in even your balancing of chemical reaction, plus this helps in finding many numerical problems, which comes in JEE exam, okay, which comes in JEE exam. So this is our focal point. In balancing of redox reactions, so we have two different types of methods to balance the redox reaction, which I will tell in that part. Then equivalent weight and law of equivalence, which is required in quantitative calculations. Suppose I have to find out that how much quantity I require, how much quantity is to be used where, and all that calculation part. So in that part I have to use the fund of equivalent weight sometimes, okay, which tells me about the even your molarity thing. And I will discuss the law of equivalence as well. Then comes redox titrations. In redox titration, I will tell you that how I can find the concentration of some another solution or some another compound, another say composition of anything with respect of some known concentration. Suppose I know that the concentration of this acid is this much normal or this much molar, but on basis of this thing, I will calculate the other one concentration. Okay, that we'll see. Then we'll discuss electrochemical cell and electrochemical series, which includes all the spontaneously process regarding the electricity, current electricity, okay, the electric current generated by the electrochemical cell, which I will discuss. Okay, there also we have redox reactions going on. On one side I'll be having anode, another side I'll be having cathode, and in both of them oxidation and reduction will take place. So that thing we will discuss. So these are the topics which we need to cover, okay, which we need to cover in this redox reaction chapter. So here guys, now we'll discuss the introduction part, that what actually is redox reaction. So let's proceed. So you must have seen examples like where my foodstuff they get oxidized and spoiled up. Okay, fruits and vegetables they get actually oxidized whenever they are left in the open air. And what is the solution? We seal it in a plastic wrap or keep it in a container which is totally isolated, right? So that is one of the examples of redox reaction where oxidation is the process. You must have seen bananas which get spoiled up like this way, right? So this is oxidation of food items. Then comes rusting, guys, rusting. All of you must be aware of this, major problem of the material iron is made up of. So there in rusting, what happens? It combines with the water moisture, okay, present in air, and it degrades that substance because of the formation of rust, okay. Fe2O3.XH2O is that component, okay. So that is formed, and the destruction of iron is like this way, you can see. So what is that formula? Fe2O3.XH2O, okay. This is the destruction of iron like this way. These were the real life examples of redox reaction. Here rusting is an oxidation process. Welcome back, students. So in this part we observe various application of the redox reaction where it is observed, okay. here in the environment like rusting, oxidation of food, etc. etc. Now, what do I mean by oxidation and reduction actually? That we're gonna learn in the next part, okay? That actually what are these two phenomena? So stay tuned with me for that.